Okay, we're on to the next step, step 3. So on the last one, we mixed the dough and then we covered it and we've left it for an hour. And basically what's happened is the water in there has kind of absorbed into the flour and it starts working the flour. The ferment is in there as well, of course, so that's starting to work and do its thing. So what we're going to do now is to start to work the dough. And this is fairly easy and fairly straightforward. I'm going to show you a couple of methods, but not all at once. So this method I'm going to show you is, and kind of to move back a step, I've been through the process of trying different things. And I find that this particular method is the most straightforward to do. And it's kind of, fail safe. You can't really get this wrong. So without further ado, let's crack on with it. This is called, so what we're actually going to do is going to start stretching the dough. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to pinch a bit like this. Now you can wet your hands first, which I've done in the past, but what you tend to find out is the water on your fingers as you're moving splashes around and your top just looks a right mess. You think, what's happened there? There's like white blobs all over the place, and then you realise, oh, it's off this. So I'm not going to. You can if you want. It'll stop it sticking to your fingers, but you'll have to clean up at the end of it in any way. So we're going to pinch the dough, we're going to pull it up, and we're going to pull it over the side of the bowl. And we're going to get our hands into there, we're going to pinch it, and we're going to pull it. And we're just going to repeat that process like that. Just pinching, pulling, and round, and turn the ball round. So we kind of, this is sticky, it is, but it's going to be the stickiest part of the process. Here on in, it gets better, and as you can see already, it's already changing from that big mess into more of a ball. So as you get into it, you're just pulling it, stretching it over itself and pushing it in, and you're just going around like that. And it doesn't, we're not going to do this for hours, we're going to do it a few times, and the dough itself is going to tell you when it's had enough. So what I mean by that is you can feel it starting to get tighter. So as you're doing this, you can feel it's got less stretchiness, and it feels tighter, like I can't really do this anymore. And that's all we're doing, going round and round. And you build up a bit of a head of steam on there. And that is stage 1 done. So that, there I'm going to just go around a couple more, but I don't really think it's doing much else. And that is that stage done. So, let's not waffle about, let's get the lid on. Whatever it is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note. Actually, I'm going to get a marker pen. I haven't got one out, but I'm going to put a mark on the top here to say that I've done it once. So that process we're going to do 4 times. So that's process number 1, where we've actually kneaded the dough. That's process 1, and I'll mark that because you can kind of lose sight of how many you've done. So that rested for an hour, and then we did that. If it's an hour and 10 minutes, it's fine. If it's an hour and a half, it's fine. Don't be panicking thinking, oh, I've got to do it right on the dot. Now I'm going to do things and constrain myself to those times because I'm doing another one alongside. This is my mature starter, and this is the new starter, which is in there. This is the one I'm kind of going to concentrate the focus on because this is kind of what you'll be doing if you've started off from scratch. But what it will do is it'll show you the difference between the two. So that being said, like I said, there's no hard and fast. If you're not back in an hour, it's not going to be ruined. So that's number 1 done. I'm going to keep it short and concise because this is kind of important to do that. So that's it. Next one, obviously, that's that ticked. So first process on there. So stage 3 is done, ticked, and we'll come back and do. So what we're actually going to do, this is now going to rest for half an hour. So the first one was an hour, and here on in, the next 3 we're going to do, they're going to have half an hour rests. They'll get less sticky, and more stretchy. But we're going to repeat the same process, but I'm going to show you a slight different technique next time. So that's it for now. So we'll come back in half an hour and see where we go from there. So that's it for now. See you soon.